Hello and welcome once again to the Dwarven Tavern. I am your host, Lyric, and today we are going to be talking about something I probably should have covered a lot earlier, and that is, what is a player? I've talked about what characters are. For example, a character sheet is this. It holds all the information of what your character is. So, when it comes to the player, it is a different thing altogether. Obviously, I mean, this should be pretty self-explanatory. This video is not going to be very long, but when you play video games, oftentimes it asks for the player's name and you insert your own. So it's the same with role-playing games. Your name goes here where the player name goes. See, my name's right there, Lyric. But there's a little more to it than that. The player is separated from the gamer, just like in video games. The character is the person that's enacting all of what's going on in the role-playing game. You might say, I am doing this, or I'm doing that, or I hate that, I'm saying this. That's not actually you. That's your character doing that, and you're just being a medium for that character. Hence, player. You are playing out their actions, so you have become the player. It doesn't mean that you get yourself a lot of girls. You know what I'm saying? White. But it is, you are portraying what your character is doing. You're playing them out. You're role-playing the role. And a lot of people, and the reason that this is a video is even in existence, is a lot of people cannot tell the difference between their character and themselves. Sometimes when a new player is tackling a game, such as D&D or Pathfinder or Traveler or any of those other game systems, they tend to want to play a character as contrasting to their own personality as possible, or they want to play a character that's as like them as possible. And sometimes even the ones that are completely opposite to their own personality get absorbed by the player's personality. So it's very hard sometimes to tell the difference. And I'm here to help you tell them apart. The character is the one that's in the game, and the player is the one that's learning from it at the same time that they are portraying them. They are experiencing the same thing that the other person is experiencing as if watching a movie. The only problem is that a lot of people forget that they are players in the movie and not the actual characters. That would be very similar to, say, Harrison Ford thinking that blasters are real and that the Force is not, and then he changed his mind later on. You know, spoiler alert. So, it would be very similar to if, Carrie Fisher, if she said that at one time she had been captured by a slug. Which, would be kind of ludicrous if a regular person went around saying that. But, kind of Carrie Fisher and Princess Leia are kind of the same person. That's a bad example. So, what I'm saying is that you need to learn, beginners, new gamers need to know the distinction between themselves and their characters. It's alright for you to project your own emotions and your own personality onto the characters you create, especially if they're characters that are going to influence your personality, which is another video altogether. But you have to make sure that the distinction is still clear in your mind, that this person is still from a game and this person is me. If they weave together in and out, I mean, sometimes that can be damaging to your own personality, and it can be damaging to your mindset. So make sure that the characters that you've created are just characters, and that they can have an influence on you, and they can have a resonating memory, and a personality that sticks with you forever. Like, for example, I have a character named Pyre, and she was almost like me on paper, but she turned out to be a Valkyrie, and I very much am not. I do not think that I am a daughter of Odin, and I do not have Sleipnir saving me from these things and that things. So it's very, it's very important to have, the distinction. But the reason I bring Pyre up is that she was very much me on paper, and a lot of the times I let myself get vulnerable playing her character, and experiences that she was strong through, I ended up crying. So it's very, very important that you have the distinction, but you can also benefit from being very much like your characters, or your characters being like you. So what I'm trying to get at, the sum of this video is that it's okay to have characters like you. It is okay to have characters the exact opposite of you. It is okay to use in-game experiences to your advantage in real-life situations. It is not okay to think that your character is evil, therefore you have to be evil. It is not okay for a person who is not experiencing the game with you to think that the game is changing you in a negative way. I mean, that's a personal issue that has nothing to do with gaming, which is another part of gaming that another video that I'm going to do, is how gaming can tell a personality. So if you're using gaming as an excuse to be a bad person, then you need to stop gaming, because you're giving us, other gamers, a bad name, and we would really appreciate it if you stop trolling it and, move on to something else, because we'd like the game to remain as innocent as possible, especially when we're killing ourselves some half-orcs and whatnot. Please don't kill my half-orcs, I love them very much. So, basically, all you have to do is just make sure that the distinction between you and your characters is still there, and that you as a player may benefit from the game itself, but, it doesn't have to happen on a daily basis. So, that's it for this video. If you have any comments, please do so below, or any questions or concerns. I'm happy to hear about it. So, down below if you could. And if you made it this long, why don't you go ahead and like and subscribe and share and blah, 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 blah. Get the word out that the Dwarven Tavern here is here for you to help out with your gaming experience. So, on behalf of the entire cast and crew of the Dwarven Tavern, I am Lyric, and we wish for you to want for nothing but adventure, and at first I feared it, then I charged. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.